Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. Gypsy Girl here to give you another lesson for today. Just want to be grateful for the energy coming in. I'm humble before my deck to be able to bring out the lesson. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting me and keeping me safe, for protecting the collective, keeping us safe. What is the lesson for today? Oh, King of Cups is looking for victory, divinely guided, being honest, being true. He's spiraling up, our king. Well, that's what's going on, eh? We're all being tested. And we're being tested with what we love, what we know, what we hold on to, what we hold dear. Spirit is checking in and making sure that we are sure about what we want. That's why we have a lot of changing minds going on. One minute you want this, next minute you want that. You're not sure, you want to have them both. It's sticky situations this month. But that's what it's supposed to be, so we can evolve and rise above and change the way we view life. See, we're going to put down the burden. We have a strategy going, changing direction. That reward from the other day, that last lesson that we did, where this was the reward as the gift for work done in the past. It's bringing in our just desserts so that we can go off into smooth waters, put down the burden. It's progress, but things need to be said that are not being said. And that's why the devil comes in and holds everything up. So there we go. Just recapped yesterday or the day before lesson. And we're there. I told you. We have some shocking information, shocking surprises, and change. Lots of change. But the month of July, we're waking up to it. So we've had a few tough lessons back to back. Let's see how we do today. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. I'm trying to do this as early as I can to avoid that noise that I keep getting in my lessons. But that is how Spirit is testing me to see if I can keep my focus. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. What do we need to learn today? Things might lighten up, you know. Well, when I see that our king is looking at a victory, making progress, yeah, it could be light. Let's see what the lesson is. There we go. Love. Wow. Wonderful. So we're rising above. We're remembering what love really is. Oh, bottom of the deck. Wow. That was quick. Okay, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Our darling Hercules down on one knee, rising and giving reverence, giving all of that hard work and love back to the goddess. Oh, that's what it's supposed to be. That is a tough lesson. Well, you will say, why is love? Is love? Yes, it is. It is so very much love. But is a lesson in love. And that usually means heartbreak, because it's the opposite. When I say the opposite, here we see him giving all the love back, resounding it unconditionally, flowing and ebbing and rising and falling and swelling and being very romantic. That's what it represents. But you see, where it falls is in a lesson. So it means that none of those things are happening. There's no love. There's no rising and falling and swelling and being intimate. There's none of that going on. Because that is what you get when you juggle. I'm going to be frank, even though I'm not a man, but just to say, we remember those experiences and we long for them. We want that, what we had before. That's what happens when this card shows up. Especially right now. It couldn't mean anything more than I want to be in love. I want to remember. I want to have what I remember. And I'll do anything to get it. And you see where that I'll do anything to get it? That is when we spiral down. We're not rising above when we are able to let go of that which we have lost. Because this is love lost. This is love from the past. This is what we don't have it now. We've had it and we remember it. And we want to go back there in that place, in that time, and we want to sit with that love, and we want to be in the present with it. We want to bring it back from the past and bring it back into the future, into now, because that's what we want to have with us. We want to hold on to that love, and we can't. We can't. It's a hard, hard lesson to realize that we cannot go back into the past and bring what we had into our present day. We must accept what we have before us. It's a very deep lesson, the Six of Cups, because it hurts. You know what they say, love hurts. It's true. Because you remember, you go inside, you're going into very sensitive area of your life, where all of the things that you know you loved, all the people that you love. It's mostly the people, because it's emotional. It's emotional. It's not about holding on to your favorite comic books or your DVDs or whatever you have as a treasure. No. This is emotional love. It's touching. It's very touching. Let it be the lesson today. Let's see what the Tool is. Taking a relationship to a higher level. The Four of Wands is the Tool. Now this is a deep, deep love if you want to take it to the next level. And Spirit is giving us that opportunity to go and look at what we remember as love, what we call love, what we grew up learning from family and friends and interacting and exchanging with other human beings. We have to reflect on that. And that's what this card is. It's a portal that we walk through when we have decided that we want to be with another person. We reach that level of, we agree. When I say the we, meaning that the two people together have decided and they feel the love enough that they can go into that portal and begin a new life. Beginning a new life. So they wipe the slate clean from the past and they start afresh. It's a brand new, because now it's two. And everything that they do is done in unison, where, well, like in a marriage, where you have that equal ground and there's the noise. Okay, it won't last long. So the tool is in the 4 of the wands, and that is the fractured 10. So again, it's a bit difficult, and it's not meant to be easy, especially these kinds of lessons in love, because you're choosing your mate, you're choosing a partnership, you're making a contract that you really want because of the pain of that love. You see, it's a double-edged sword, feels good and it hurts so good, right? Well, let's see what Spirit is doing. Hoping and waiting for the ships to come in. This is a true test, This is a good test, because we're sticking with the wands here. So we have 7 wands. So it's even more difficult. If we thought it was difficult with the fractured 10, well, now we're really going through a hard time. Because Spirit is telling us, this is what Spirit is giving us as a power pack, if you will. Okay, where we have this Medusa head. So we have the know-how, that drive for truth and victory. We want the victory. We want to fight off the worst of our demons, because that's what we're doing with this card. When this 3 shows up, we are looking at what we are willing to let go of in order to have what we want. That is why Spirit is saying here, well, you know, you've been through quite a bit. And most of what you've been through is teaching you to keep going forward, because you're still looking for the passion. You have 3, you want 1 more. Remember that 1 more from the other lesson? Devil says you'll get it, but you gotta wait a bit. Well, this is the waiting period, because we look for, in the traditional deck, we look for our ships that we have set off and waiting for the prophets to come in because of what we've done in the past. Sorry, and this is a passionate past. Okay, when we're looking back and seeing everything that we've been through and what we've done and our efforts in love and what we want to bring to the future, bring to the present to take into the future. And that is what this card is supposed to represent, because we now have to choose to walk away or to wait. And if we wait and it doesn't pan out, say we're waiting for a proposal to come back to us, just as an example, you've asked someone to be your partner and they're thinking about it, or they say, well, okay, I'll get back to you, and you're waiting, and then you're not getting an answer, and then you start getting antsy and you start tapping your feet or shifting your seat and pacing up and down, and you're waiting and you're waiting. And that's what this is. That's why it's difficult when it's broken up, especially when they come like this, the 4 and the 3, because you're questioning, well, do I really want this? Is this, I don't know what I'm going to get myself into. You start seeing all the possibilities of it falling apart because you want it so badly. But here, Spirit gives us that hold, like be able to pull the reins and say, wait, okay, wait a minute. If you know what, if this proposal doesn't go through, then I'm going to go off and do something else. And that is where expansion of the mind, and well, it's not a sword, but it is a seeking out of what you love to do, as in hobbies, for example. So if you're deciding, well, okay, you know what, if this doesn't work, like my ship sank, so all of what was supposed to come didn't come, so now I got to go start over. You're able to turn and walk away. That is what Spirit is giving us. That pivot point where you decide, well, if this proposal doesn't go through, and I'm remembering how it was between us, and you know, I don't know anymore. I'm thinking, well, they're taking too long to come back to me, and I changed my mind. The Three of Wands. I'm gonna go off and do something different. Find a new love. Because of the memory and because of the hurt, the wisdom that comes. When I say wisdom here, this is like your passion, you know, what you want to build on, what you decide is your future that you want it to shape in this way. Like, you want to get married, you want to have children, you want to get a house, or shift it to something. I'm using the traditional marriage because of the 6 here. It is pretty much about getting married. The 4 as well is the marriage card. So it's just a question of putting it to your situation, because it's a contract before it is a white wedding. Okay. The good thing here is you get to reflect. That's what this 3 does, because you remember what you've been through, and you know what, you have an idea of where your future may go if your ships come in, if you get the yes, if you get to be in a relationship. But then you get to really stand your ground. See how he's victorious here, regardless if his ships came in or not. He went and fought his worst demon, Medusa. He brought back her head, so it's proof that he's successful. And that is what we have to remember, that if it doesn't work out on one end of the spectrum in our life, well, we still have something to fall back on. Regardless if we think we've lost everything, like we've gambled our everything away to save the house, and then we end up losing the house and losing all the money, but we still have our life, we still have our health, as some like to say, and we still have our ideas, and we still have our passion, and we can go off and start something new, because when you're at the very bottom, the only way is up. And that's where this card comes in again. So Spirit is letting us get a sort of an ease between lessons. Like, he's bringing us into, okay, you know what? Figure out what you really want. Sit with that. And if it doesn't work out, well, something new will come. Because something new will come when you've lost everything. Something new will happen. So what is the gift then? If we're able to walk away. There it is. The legacy. Legacy. And at the bottom of the deck, well, it's quite obvious. It's marriage with our Hierophant there. So the house and home, or kit and caboodle, or having everything, we have that as the gift, because Spirit says you go in and you sort things out and you make up your mind and you're determined and you're able to walk away. Again, it comes back to the previous lesson where I say you can walk away from any situation. Well, here it is. It's a higher learning. It could be marriage, because it flows with the love and the walking through the portal and being able to stand and turn and change to get this legacy of family, because that's what this is. It's a newborn coming in and growing the family, growing what you hold dear, and having all of this abundance between you, because this is all between you that you bring together, and then you start growing anew, rising into a whole new level, higher knowledge. Again, it's the Hierophant represents marriage, love and marriage. And oh boy, we have quite a few. There's a sacrifice that needs to come in here. Okay, let's just bring everything down. Let's just make sure it's all in good angle. It's too far down, you can't see. Sorry about this. I thought I had it set up earlier. Okay, just making it even. Okay, so oh boy. Okay, I'm just gonna keep these on the side. Oh, this is a beautiful read. This is really pleasant to see. You see that? Tell you, when the rain falls, the sun does shine in the end. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so this is Justice and the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, forgiveness, integrity. Sorry, I'm just focused on this 4 here. I would say that because my cards are not set up to be in reverse, I would see this as a reversed card. And I'll tell you why. In order to get the forgiveness, somebody needs to speak. And this integrity, the integrity is here. Okay, I'm skipping because this is pulling me to this way, and I want to bring it to in here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just do it like this. Okay, the 4 cards here. We have our marriage card. Marriage cards everywhere in here. This is big. This is huge. This is the culmination of I want to be in a real relationship. We saw our King of Cups earlier. He had the victory. This is where it's bringing him. He wants to be in a relationship. And bravo, be in a relationship. But you gotta be honest. That honesty. You see, Hercules is not... It's not fair to say, I love you, and I'm in love with you, and I want to be with you, so that you can trap the person. Give them a fake, a whole facade of beautiful white weddings and lots of people coming to the celebration and everybody bringing you beautiful gifts. And Spirit will not be tricked, But when you hold back, after all of this, and then you holding back that love, why are you getting married? Why are you putting yourself into a contract of love, because that's what this is all about, and then holding it back? Why would you want to do that? Because that's what the 4 would represent. Another 4, the 4 here and the 4 here. This one is walking through that portal and saying, I want to be and I want to go forward, and I want to. And this one is saying, I'm holding it back. I'm not giving. I'm not sharing. And this is love. So holding back the love. After you've been forgiven, because that's what this is. Taking a chance to get the forgiveness because you know you're going to get it. And then pushing away that love so that you could have security, so that you could have stability. Now, I can look at it both ways, but that's the way it's coming to me. See, it's coming to me like, okay, this is a setup. But it's how you take it. But that is what is going on this month. I tell you, people are shifting and changing and growing and evolving, and some of us are spiraling down, going to the baser passions, looking to manipulate and confuse and ruin lives because they are not able to stand and face all of this and be in integrity. Now we could flip it over, because I tell you, it's layers. And whatever message I get, when I caught this 2 here, I was thinking, well, okay, it's got to be in reverse. But it didn't come in reverse. But my cards are not set up to be in reverse. So I have to give the flip side. So standing like this, it will be holding back the love. Standing like this, it would be releasing and being in love. That's why I said we would flip it over. But I'm not turning the cards because it falls with the theme of what's been going on with this manipulation and juggling and relationships that are secret, you know. I mean, that's what it pans out to, that you would manipulate a person. So this again, the lesson, remember, it hurts. It's not supposed to be this beautiful thing. If it is such a beautiful thing, why would it be a lesson? The lesson is in where the pain and suffering come to the surface, and we find it here, where we go through all this work about setting up this love nest and feeling, making the next person believe that you and them, you are a real couple to be reckoned with, only to tie that knot and put the next person into a third party situation. I mean, really? Because that's what love is used for. Let's go with what they love. That's how people hurt you, with what you love. And if it is a romantic layout that you know you can trap someone in, which is, you know, it's mean, it's evil, it's downright evil, because it's a whole life that you're manipulating, a whole legacy that you're manipulating. You're living the life of a mole, where you infiltrate so that you could sabotage for whomever, because I don't get it, but let's just not go there. Let's go back to the lesson. Let's take it back. Let's make it a little more positive, because we don't want to get upset, especially me. I'm the one here giving the lesson. Our Wheel of Fortune and our Justice cards and our Hierophant come in the order that they do, so that we are given this warning. That is why I am able to look further and see that, you know, our integrity is the only thing that we have. And Spirit wants to make sure we realize this, because there is a justice here. See, this is karmic, yeah? This whole, I was coming back to these 4 cards. This whole mix here, this is a karmic connection. Higher knowledge, which is karmic. Meaning that no matter what we say or do, certain events are going to play out. And if it is that a marriage is supposed to take place, let's just work with the information we have here. If there is a marriage that is supposed to take place, it will. And then justice will kick in. And then the chance will open up. The window will open up. Epiphany will open up for forgiveness to happen. For integrity to be brought back up to its high level. It's where it's supposed to be. But then there's a flip where this integrity is turned on its heel to manipulate and pull away from that love. It's just a matter of saying, well, I'm only marrying him for his money. Or her. I'm only marrying her for the money. Because once I get my claws into that safe, I'm holding back the love. Now, that may be what happened in the past. And you are looking to see that you protect yourself in the future. When you begin a new relationship, you are going to hold back because you don't trust. Now, there it is. If you don't trust, then you cannot walk through the portal. And if you walk through the portal without the trust, justice will be served in the end. Things will take on a new shape and form. And I'm not going further than this because that is this kind of story. We'll need the whole deck. I'll go in there. But you will have learned, you have mastered. Because there it is again, and we're ending up here. So even if we're holding back on that love, even if we get into this situation and we want to hold back, it is because you have a plan for the future. And use your imagination. It could go in all directions. Maybe you're setting it up. When I say you, I don't mean the viewer here. Maybe the viewer is reckoning with people in their lives that will do this to them. I will not point the finger at my viewers and say, you viewer, you're doing this. You are setting this up. I will not do that because that's not right. What's going on in your life is reflected here because you're following my lessons. Your energy is bringing what needs to be brought to the surface through the lessons. And here is where we have to see and reckon with how manipulation really works by going through what you love, using what you love to control a life or lives, and all for what? For money? And we have 14 here, so that will be a healing. And I hope that you take that from this lesson, that it's all well and good to want that beautiful wedding. But in the end, the wedding is just a party, and the party will end, and then the real life will come. And this is where mastery comes in. Are you ready? This is the 12 here. This is things going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. Because once you step foot through that portal, you are connected. And it could be that your legacy will be a disaster, or it will be a beautiful thing. And you know that before you walk through the portal, eh? Whoever you're setting up with. It's walking through the portal that solidifies. And the marriage here, where when Spirit says, oh, you're tying bonds with this one, and then there you go. It's going to be hard to sever ties. Remember the 7 of Cups, eh? Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then when the 7 of Cups turns up, it's I hate you and I can't wait to get away from you, and I'm going to hurt you in every emotional way I could think of. And then you tie the bond even tighter, and you cannot get away because you are in a karmic relationship. That is what this represents. A karmic relationship, justice will be served. And your time will come. It is here to forgive and rise above with the integrity. Now, if we didn't have these two cards come in, it would have been like, oh, okay, so we have the integrity intact and we go straight to the 8. So it's going to be a beautiful wedding, a beautiful marriage, and you're going to have beautiful children, and you're going to have all the luck in the world. You see? Perfection sitting here. But then that's where we see the setup. Actually, it's this way. With these two cards. Oh yeah, if I get my hands on that money, I'm done. I'm just going to hold it back. Hold back that love. And just take the money. Look out, people. Because that's what's coming. All of us who are into relationships and I want to be in love, sit with all of the reasons why, because that's what Spirit is giving us here. To be able to walk away and say, you know what, I changed my mind because I know you and I don't think I want to go that far with you. I mean, it's not because you listen to this lesson that you're going to say that to the person. It is because you know the person. It is because you remember what love is and you want to walk through the portal with them. But you need to know that what you are doing is not just, oh, I just want to get married because I love the wedding. In fact, I want to do the party. And then when we're done the wedding, we'll stay for 6 months and then I'll just leave. Or I'll just, start seeing someone else. I mean, people get into weddings and marriages for all different kinds of reasons. Just know that this lesson is showing that if you are in or following in a circumstance where forgiveness is required, because the memory of love is bringing some kind of suffering up to the surface, forgive. But be willing to walk away. Because Spirit is giving us that choice. Again, it is a chance that is being taken. Somebody is taking a chance because look at how it falls. Eh? We have karmic justice. And then we have luck. That you will get your forgiveness. And when you get it, either you or the next person will be pushing and pulling and holding back on that very love that you went walking through the portal with. And then you will have to decide, oh boy, I think I got myself into some kind of trouble. And then you're going to have to use everything you know. See, everything you know, you have to, all of your experiences in passion here, what you love to do. You're going to have a lot of talk going on because that's exchanging, travel maybe, going on your honeymoon. I mean, you have to look at it in different layers. It could be the perfect, most beautiful layout. And at the end of the day, it's all fake. It's a trap. What is the oracle message for this lesson? Thank you, Spirit. Trying to manipulate for stability. That is not uncommon. That is what we do since the beginning of time. We want to make sure that we have security and safety. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's what we're supposed to do. But in a manipulative form, we're going to find out. Justice is going to be served. And the luck is that we will be able to see through the facade. To say, nah, you know what? My legacy, I'm protecting it. I'm walking away. I'm protecting it because that's what this is. I'm holding back. I'm holding back on giving love. So it's all about the money then. if it's not for love, it's for money. I mean, it would be beautiful if it were for the two, but it's because of the way the cards fall that tell me no. It's not for the two, because we're holding back on loving. That loving forgiveness is just to get our leg up, get our foot in the door, and get daddy's money, if that is the case, because it could be, the daughters are protected by the fathers, and let's not go into that. What is the oracle message for this lesson? Thank you, Spirit. You see how love can be a dangerous thing? Unconditionally, Thank you, Spirit. What is the lesson for the lesson? What is the oracle message for this lesson? There we go. Surrender. We had that coming around when the devil showed up. Oh, look at that. Orgasm. It's all there. It's all there. Release. Surrender and release. Surrender and release. Giving it up. Letting it go. Walking away. Doing things that make you satisfied. See, this satisfaction here is not just sexual. I mean, it's beyond that now, because you want to get married. At least that's what the layout is looking like. You know, we want to go into the next level of our relationship. The sex is good. I want to keep this person. I'm going to stick with them. But the sex is good and they have money. I want to stick with that too. Wow. That's how we measure what we want. Or the sex is good, they have money, and then I can just go and they're too busy, and then once they're satisfied, I can go off and have many other friends with sexual encounters and have third parties all over again. I mean, that is the lesson that we have to take. Because giving love freely is one thing. Giving it to someone who will manipulate and hurt because you give it so freely. That is what we need to be aware of. That is why Spirit is giving us this Three of Wands here to say, well, you know what? You can walk away from all of this. Because destiny is on your side to help you see through that veil of illusion, if it is an illusion, because it could be, especially with these two showing up here. And I'm not saying that it is for everybody. I'm saying that if you feel that you are in a situation where you're in a relationship where you have already been compromised, or you suspect that you will be compromised, then this is what you have to look forward to. Getting into a marriage where you will be compromised on a permanent level. Spirit is giving us that opportunity to save ourselves from just that. That is what this lesson is to represent here. See what we have underneath. Fire festival. Celebration. Love spell. Wow, it's like a lot of love going on. Yep. An abundance. And it's not that it's a bad thing. Take it as it resonates. Let's read. There's nothing more blissful than the act of letting go, of setting yourself free of all that doesn't serve you. I mean, I couldn't listen up. It's in your face, Holding back the love is what will come. Well, that's the lesson for some. Either you will be holding it back or the next person will be holding it back. But Spirit is already giving us that message to let go of what doesn't serve you. This is what we got from the other lesson the other day. Release is what comes from this orgasm. Trust your body. Elevate your spirit. Open the gates to your renewal. If you feel like you're going to be compromised or that you're being compromised, take time away for you. Go do for you. Just be for you. Dance, sing, cook. Make new friends. Go to different places. Take a journey. To do something that is just for you. Fire Festival. Through flame and through song, there will rise a new dawn. So a new beginning will come as long as you see through that manipulation. A new beginning will come. And with that, I leave you. I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, your shares. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Comments are most welcome. Love and light.